Hello, welcome. Last night, Game Awards, there was surprisingly no Monster Hunter trailers, but there was a new trailer for Borderlands 4, and I'm a massive fan of the Borderlands franchise. And I've got my concerns over the trailer. I've noticed a few shared concerns, so let's get into it. Let's analyse the trailer now, and I'll voice some of my concerns as to what's going on. Okay, so you've seen this before. Okay, issue number one. Look at the art design of this first part of the trailer and compare it to the art design later. I'll get more into that in a bit. But we're looking like we've got our usual bandits and psychos as being more bioengineered. Looks like they're Frankenstein together. Another thing I'd say, we're in the fourth entry of the franchise, and we're still using a lot of the same enemy designs, essentially. Even though they're a bit more Frankenstein now, it's still kind of the same thing. I'm not sure whether these guys are supposed to be Guardians or not. Guardians of the Vault. They may be similar to that one Guardian that appeared at the end of the pre-sequel. But this art design here is quite different from what you see in the other games. And I saw it and I thought, wow, that looks actually quite beautiful. That looks quite crispy. Ooh, these flying dudes look kind of cool. A new bad guy. Now I'll note that in this trailer there's not a lot of use of humour, and well, certainly not in this first part, and that's kind of a good thing since the humour in Borderlands 3 was Interestingly enough, maybe these are two rival enemy factions going on here. And now we're right back to the old Borderlands art style. I mean, look at the line work, for example. To me, there's a big distinction. And now we're also back into the sort of slightly goofy humour, which I don't expect to go. But in the rest of the trailer, it kind of ditches the more serious tone from the start. Okay, here's one of the first primary concerns that people are having. These four Vault Hunters. They are very generic looking. Now, I'm not saying that all the old Vault Hunters were completely brilliantly unique in their designs, but if you look at Borderlands 2, you looked at the four main Vault Hunters there. In fact, look at all six, and they all had a very different aesthetic to them. You had the Soldier and Axton, you had the Psycho and Krieg. They very much looked the part. I'm looking at these four, given that we don't know anything about them yet, other than maybe this one here, this girl. I have no idea what their deal is. What's their playstyle going to be? What are their unique traits? Because you look at someone like Mose and you might see that they're wearing a helmet, and so they're going to be a soldier. Or Wilhelm, and he's a bionic guy, and you'd know that from playing the previous games as well. This tells us nothing. We have the tattoos of a siren. That's it. And this is a little bit of an issue. Also, just gonna put it out there, don't care about woke stuff here. Borderlands has always been a really diverse franchise anyway, and I really don't care right now. But let's see, because here's another question. Do they at any point in this trailer show off these guys' unique abilities? Do at any point in this trailer we see their action skills? Hint, the very fact that I have to ask that is in and of itself a bit of a red flag. Because the action skill is a really big part of why you might choose to play a certain character. Let's get on with it. Maybe I missed something, but that's bad in and of itself, because if I can't see it very clearly, then that shows that it doesn't have a very good distinctive click, if you will, to the different characters and why I'd want to play them. And especially as we don't get their names or their archetype like Berserker or Siren. And I get that they probably want to show that off later, but I really think that if this is your first big look, you kind of want to tell people what your main characters are. Siren, guy, dude, bulky dude with something on his shoulder, and generic girl. Was that one of them? Let's go back a second. Is that the guy from before on the far left? I feel like it probably is, so maybe he's like a cyber dude. Maybe he has like these cyberpunk blade arms. But it's not particularly clear because his face is covered. And so he looks like he could just be another enemy. But that's probably who he's supposed to be. Okay, there's a knockback. There's some sort of dragon in the background. So maybe that's a new enemy. Okay, here we have our Siren. She's shooting. She was using a laser by the looks of things there, which was interesting. Those were in the pre-sequel. They summoned a ride. I assume that might mean that we can just summon a ride wherever we are now. And I hope that means we don't have pointlessly big maps just to accommodate that. His name's not Flint, is it? Zane. Zane is here. Don't know who this guy is, unless that's Zane all grown up. Is that supposed to be Zane grown up? Is that what I'm looking at here? I didn't play Zane all that much because I wasn't into the idea of using kill skills. And it was kind of pay to win because you needed to get the DLC in order to get the good class mods. And I also couldn't be bothered just to play the whole game again. I was kind of hoping that they might leave the old Vault Hunters behind a bit, but I don't mind if it's the Borderlands 3 Vault Hunters coming through so we get a bit of what happened next. Because this is all set on a different planet. No idea who that is. I guess we're supposed to find out later. Who is she? This is a really cool design, to be fair. That's good. Claptrap. That's a cool scene. First time I watched through this trailer, I thought a bit like, oh, these environments don't look amazingly distinct, which is quite a big deal since we've had a lot of desert now. I feel like maybe they are distinct, it's just that there's a lot of desaturating haze going on that makes it look a bit less vibrant. Like in this image here, you got the green grass and you got the sort of purple highlight in this planet in the sky, but then you got all this sky just kind of washing it out a bit. Again, desert lands. We've had so many desert lands throughout the series. I get it, it's the Borderlands, but you need to move on. I guess some of those enemies looked a bit different. And then we get like a random one shot of a grapple hook. And this was our one little bit of actual in-game gameplay. Okay, there was something there. We have a fire and an ice thing. So that's an action skill, probably, I'm guessing. What it does, we don't know. Our new bad guy. We'll see what he's like. Hopefully he's not like the Calypso twins. I'm not holding out that he'll be as good as Handsome Jack, just not annoying. Don't get me wrong, I don't see any actual red flags, just amber ones. I came away from this thinking, that looks alright. But more than anything, it just looks like another Borderlands game. And while in essence you wouldn't want it to differ too much, you do want to see a reason why this is going to be an exciting new part of the series. And sure, we're in a different location, but is it that different? And this is where you kind of get into a bit of a debate between art direction versus just needing something new. Because we see some futuristic cities on different planets. Great, we saw that in Promethea. Do we keep those futuristic cities in this new one in order to keep it cohesive in the art direction? Or do we admit that that is actually maybe feels a little bit stale? We only saw like 1 second of actual gameplay which showed a grappling hook, which isn't that big of a deal in today's society. And we didn't see any action skills or really understand our Vault Hunters, assuming that's who they are. What's their deal? What's their personality? That's it. That's the thing. We didn't get any personality from them whatsoever. I mean, look at this. Yeah, okay. Where's the personality there? We have a siren. And I guess if you never played the series before, you wouldn't even understand that that's a siren. We have no personality, no action skills, no generic sort of archetype. I guess we get to see who they are, but if I was to put a voice to maybe what people are feeling, people are saying that we're seeing NPCs. Yeah, we're just kind of seeing a blank slate right now, and their designs alone are not enough to make people excited. We're not seeing somebody like Flack, who is a robot and has pets. That gives you all sorts of insights as to who they might be. Yeah, those are my thoughts. When I first saw the trailer, I thought, alright, cool, more Borderlands. But I felt underwhelmed. And yeah, they're saying that this is the most ambitious Borderlands yet. But my feeling came out of this trailer in conclusion is I don't see the ambition really yet. I'm not seeing what about this is revolutionary. A grapple hook is not revolutionary. And I'm a little bit wary of a title like this is our most ambitious one yet, when sometimes aspects of 2 and 3 were maybe even quite bloated and had sections that could have been removed. Well, anyway, that sounds all very negative, but that's just coming from the heart of somebody who's loved this franchise so much. I've played more hours than I would care to process. Because it's so fun and I want this to do well, and I'm sure it will just based off of its name alone. But as I'll cover in another video soon, we're not in the best spot as a franchise. Well, anyway, thank you for watching. Please hit a like or subscribe. There's going to be more Borderlands content coming up, and if you like Monster Hunter, got plenty of that coming up. Monster Hunter and Borderlands, two of my favourite franchises, and we've got new ones coming out this year. Yes! I mean, we did back with Iceborne and Borderlands 3, literally within a week of each other. Ah, good times. Anyway, I hope you're having a lovely week, and I'll catch you on the other side.